Your coding agent is capable, but give it a vague prompt and you get vague code. No questions asked, no design reviewed, just confident implementation of the wrong thing. Superpowers is a plugin that gives your agent a structured workflow. Brainstorm first, write a spec, build a plan, then execute. Here's how to use it in CodeX. Start at GitHub. Find the Superpowers plugin repository. The README explains which skills are included and how the plugin integrates with your agent environment. Clone or install it following the instructions there. Once installed, CodeX picks up the skills automatically. You'll see them listed in the session context at the start of each conversation. No activation command needed. The plugin loads with your environment. The key idea is that skills trigger automatically. When you give the agent a task, it checks whether any skill applies before responding. You'll see it announce the skill it's using. That's how you know the structured workflow has kicked in. The most important skill is brainstorming. When you ask the agent to build something new, it invokes brainstorming before writing a single line of code. A feature request goes in, and instead of jumping to implementation, the agent pauses to explore first. Brainstorming follows a checklist. Explore context, ask clarifying questions, propose approaches, present a design, in that order. The agent creates tasks to track each step and works through them methodically. Nothing gets skipped. The clarifying questions phase is where Superpowers earns its keep. Instead of assuming, the agent asks one question at a time, multiple choice when possible. It's building a shared understanding before committing to anything. Once the design is approved, the agent writes a spec file to docs. This is the contract for the next phase: architecture, components, data flow, constraints. Everything a reviewer needs to validate the approach before a single line of code is written. With the spec approved, the agent invokes writing plans. This skill reads the spec and produces a step-by-step implementation plan, task by task, with exact file paths, complete code examples, and test commands at every step. The finished plan is bite-sized. Each task has a clear deliverable, a test cycle, and a commit. An engineer, or another agent, can pick up any task and know exactly what to do. No assumptions, no half-finished steps. That's where sub-agent-driven development comes in. You hand it the plan, and it dispatches a fresh sub-agent per task. Each sub-agent works in isolation, reports back, and waits for review before the next one starts. Watch the sub-agent pick up a task from the plan. It reads the instructions, writes the code, runs the tests, commits, and hands control back for review. You stay in the loop at every step. The agent does the work. You keep the oversight. Here's why it pays off. Because the agent explores before it edits, every task starts from a real map of your codebase, full context, not guesswork. Hand the plan to sub-agent-driven development with permissions bypassed, and it writes each task, runs the tests, and checks its own work, hands-free. And because each task runs in its own Git worktree, the agent builds in isolation, never touching your main branch. That's the Superpowers workflow. Brainstorm, spec, plan, execute. Install the plugin today and give your coding agent the structure it needs. Follow @Techwhistle for more.